Now we're ready to have a conversation. This is April with the Jersey Buzz, and we like you to please love, like, share, comment on the show because it's a really good one. And you never know who's going to need this information because I'm with Paula Flory, who is a really good friend. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. So happy to be here for the opportunity.
I know. I have the chills right now just because whenever we're together, we always have the greatest conversations.
It is. And it's so much. It's like,
I know. We're always like, I have this idea, I have that idea.
Exactly.
But I wanted to bring you on here because I love what you do. And let's start, for people who don't know you, tell everybody about who you are and like Move Over Breast Cancer and short snippets, and then we'll dissect this because you've got a lot to talk about.
Yeah. So I'm the founder and executive director of Move Over Breast Cancer. We're a 501c3 nonprofit. Very untraditional, let's say, in the world of breast cancer support. I'm a almost 14-year breast cancer survivor, stage 3 survivor, and had a moment in time during my cancer treatment when I realized that this was something that I had to go through for a greater purpose, and knew that I was to learn from the experience in order to help other people.
To be where you are today.
Right. And that's really what I was put on this earth to do, was to help others.
So let's dissect that a little bit, because here's somebody who's watching who may have just gotten that information or they're struggling because it's a mind F.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's about your mind, and your mind is so powerful.
Mm-hmm.
What, when you were going through this, I mean, did you really know it was for a bigger purpose, or did you feel it? Like, what is something that someone who is in your shoes could say, oh, you know what? Maybe by me getting through this and thinking this way, because it's all your mindset.
Yeah. Well, for me, it was just an incredible moment in time, a moment of clarity when I was at my lowest point during a very difficult and challenging course of chemotherapy, when I was overcome with fear, and fear was stopping me from feeling good. It was stopping me from understanding that I needed to go through the bad in order to get to the good. And, chemotherapy can do that. Like, it kills the bad cells, but it also kills like the good juju in your brain. Like, you start to get really depressed and lonely, even though you may have so much support around you. And I had everything anybody could ever ask for, in terms of support from family and friends and medical support, great insurance, but I still was fearful. I still felt very lonely. So during this really difficult time, I had a bad day, was having a horrific day. And I was literally on the floor in my family room, made the decision, bald with one breast and shoeless, that I was going to run away from cancer, that I wasn't going to do this anymore. And I physically ran out of my house. And it was... People think this may be like hippy dippy, trippy stuff, but
we love hippy dippy.
The healing power of the earth and my faith took over when I ran outside in that field and I had my bare feet in the grass. I stopped and I felt the sunshine on my bald head, and I just looked up to the sky and I thought, wow, like, I'm still here. I'm going through this. This is really, really hard, but I had a moment of clarity, and it just came to me that it was a greater purpose, that I was to truly experience the ups and downs and twists and turns of cancer so that I could help other people through it. So that's not to say that it was all a cakewalk after that. I had to take myself back out to that field barefoot, literally and figuratively, over and over again, to remember that I needed to go through the tough times in order to understand what it meant to have this cancer experience so that I could make sure that others didn't have to go through it alone and not know how to go through it. I didn't have a mentor. A cancer mentor.
They didn't have them then. I don't think.
I mean, it may have existed, there's this like little secret network.
Yeah.
Like when I was diagnosed, somebody said, oh, you need to call this person, call that woman, and call this woman. And it was all very, very helpful, but it wasn't it wasn't an organized.
There was no move over breast cancer vans showing up.
No, there wasn't. And there were a lot of very wonderful support organizations.
Sure.
One which I worked for and really learned a lot about how to run a nonprofit, how not to run a nonprofit,
Right.
how to really and truly support people who were going through cancer and their families. So I learned a lot from that. And then I took my own stuff, my
Twist on it.
Yeah, it was my own twist. Like I'm not a real traditional person. So I wanted to bring breast cancer support to people in a way that was unexpected and untraditional and innovative, and that would change and allow the organization to change with the cultural shifts that we have.
Right.
The science moves quickly, so we have to be able to pivot and be able to help people in different ways. And it worked. So I had this vision to bring the resources directly to people, but in this unexpected way. So I raised money to purchase this Mercedes Sprinter van and trick it out so that it could be a Glam van or mobile resource lounge.
It's totally
and
a
salon.
Glam van.
Yeah, it is. And it is, it's a tricked out
It is.
vehicle.
You got like wings inside,
Yes.
neon lights.
Yes.
But we're going to get into that because you've helped a lot of people in that van. So you're working at a job,
Yes.
Paycheck,
Yeah.
right? Maybe benefits, don't know, regardless.
Yeah.
Stability. And then you said, what was the shift to go? Because you then didn't have that support system anymore.
No.
Then you were throwing yourselves to the entrepreneurial world. Hello, right here. And sometimes it's a shit show.
Right.
And you have to take that mental game and believe in yourself when everyone's like, what the hell are you doing?
People thought I was crazy. I was turning 50. I was over 50. What am I talking about? I'm way older than I think I am, that I feel.
It's your soul.
No, but it's like it was during a time when most people are saying, let me retire and just hang out and travel.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people told me I was crazy. You can't do this. You don't know how to do this. You've never run a business before. What makes you think that you can do this? So that was all I really needed. But it was also that I felt as though in my role within another large nonprofit that I didn't have the freedom to take the organization where I felt I wanted it to go, and that I didn't have the freedom to experiment with different types of programs and different modalities for breast cancer support because I had to play by the rules, and that was fine.
Yeah.
And I played by the rules and I learned a lot, but I needed to fly, and I needed to know that just like I was afraid of cancer, I was afraid of taking this leap, but it was a leap of faith. And I figured if I fail, then I'll just get a job.
Right. And it's simple as that.
Yeah.
It's really, and that's what I love about you, because this story, there's somebody out there listening right now who has this idea, who went through something. And that's why God gives you these shit shows. And I'm literally, is because it's saying, no, you have to prepare for this. Everything you do in life is preparing you for down the road. We can't, unless
So
you're like
true.
a psychic, right? And all the things you go through prepare you for this, because and then you had everyone saying, what are you, crazy? You're a breast cancer. What do you want to get sick again?
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. Because starting your own business is not.
It's stressful.
Yeah.
It's definitely
And
stressful.
you had an overhead, like a van, a Mercedes.
Yes. And I needed to raise money for something that didn't exist yet.
Right.
So that's where I needed to take action and actually provide support without this van first. So all I had was me and the context for helping people because I had breast cancer. Mm-hmm. And also I have a master's in counseling psychology. I had worked for nonprofits, so I knew how to help people and support people. So I was like, so what if I don't have this van yet? Mm-hmm. Let me still provide the support. So I did Zoom sessions. I got in my own car with mastectomy bras and breast prosthetics. I'm a certified fitter, and wigs. I got COVID tested and wore my gloves and wore my mask, and I went direct because this is during COVID.
I know.
So I'm trying to raise money during COVID for something that doesn't really exist yet.
Girl.
I mean, I had my 501c3, so people could donate tax deductible
But
donations.
you didn't exist.
But I didn't
Before.
have anything concrete to show
Oh,
people.
here's a picture of my van.
Right. So I had PowerPoints and pitch decks and all of that stuff that means nothing, because in the end, what people were investing in was me, which it humbles me beyond words to know that people trust their money that they worked hard for, that they earned, that they inherited, that they won in a gambling situation, whatever, however they got their money, that they entrust me with that money to help others is just, I don't know.
Yeah.
It gets me emotional to think about it.
Yeah. I'm sure it does, because
they invested in me.
Right.
And knew that I was doing the work despite the fact that I did not yet have this vehicle that was, just a myth. It was just a prototype that my husband and I drew. And I raised the funds, and I had a few angel donors who were like, just get the van already. Like, just do it. Like, here's some money. Just do it. Stop talking about it and just do it. And I was like, oh my God. Okay. I'll do it.
All right. So we just want to give a shout out. Thank you to those people.
Yeah. A couple of really amazing friends of Move Over Breast Cancer who lifted me up and gave me wings to fly.
Oh, everybody needs that.
Yeah. And so that's
and
what
look
I
at
did.
how much you're paying it forward.
Yeah. And with so much joy and so much, it's a privilege to do this work.
Oh, you're having fun too.
And I'm having so much freaking
I'm like,
fun.
now what is she doing?
So much fun.
Your videos, and I'm here, I'm there.
Yeah. And just like, everything in life now relates back for me to what I went through and how to help other people move forward. And it's not just about breast cancer or a medical challenge. We all have challenges in life.
Right.
There are all sorts of challenges, divorce, losing your job, homelessness, poverty, depression, anxiety, like whatever your challenge is, you can get through this. And if you have the right people lifting you up and helping you.
Yeah, it's so true.
It's hard to do it alone. I learned from the experience of cancer, and then I learned from the experience of working for another nonprofit, and just took a leap of faith and did it. And I just knew that I was not going to give up until I succeeded. And what does success really even mean in this
That's a good question.
realm?
Because then you're always like, when you always have a vision, you get there, and then it keeps going. When do you appreciate what you did?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
success
for me means just helping people. Is it helping one person? Is it helping 1,000 people? Is it growing the organization? I don't know. Some days I think we need vans in every community throughout the country. And then some days I'm like, you know what? This is just good enough, because I'm helping as many people as I possibly can.
Right.
And that's okay. But tomorrow I might be like, I'm going to be driving to California in my van, and
That's because you're an entrepreneur.
Yes. And I get excited about this
and then
stuff.
Then God reels you back in and says, okay, focus, right?
Focus. Because it's not everything. I have a family,
But you also had some medical things in between that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Continued journey through breast cancer, because what people don't really understand is that even when you're no evidence of disease or you're cured, you're not really cured. If you have breast reconstruction, it's an ongoing, it's very rarely one and done. And there's imaging that needs to get done, and just things that happen, and I just got to roll with it. And luckily for me, I don't have a lot of health anxiety. So I just am the kind of person like, now I know how to do this.
Yeah.
The cancer comes back.
It is what
now
it is.
Now I know what to do.
Yeah.
Luckily, the cancer has not come back. I've had complications due to the cancer, but not anything that was life-threatening.
I know. And we're very happy about that.
Yeah.
I know. We're very happy about that.
Yes.
So let's talk about your Glam van, because you walk in and you see all pink everywhere.
Yes.
But
it's
what are
fun.
all the things that you do with it? There's a lot. So
Yeah, there's a lot. So I think probably the cornerstone of the organization is the van. And people find us many different ways, a lot of times through their doctors, through social media. Word of mouth is a beautiful thing when somebody has a friend and they know me and they say, can you go with
Yeah.
your Glam van and help this person? So people will find us, they make an appointment after conversations on the telephone and me trying to figure out where they are in their cancer journey, so to speak. I don't love the word journey because it makes it sound like it's fun.
Yeah.
Sometimes I say it's like a voyage on the sea because it's like it could be rocky.
That's a good one.
They find me. We go to them. I figure out what it is they need at that time, whether it's a wig, whether it's just support, whether it's, peer counseling, whether it's like a glam session, a glow up, whatever you want to call it. And I go to them and try to give them the best day ever. And it's never one and done. So if I go to somebody, for example, and they need their head shaved, which I love giving people a mohawk first, by the way, because when else are you going to have a mohawk?
Right, and get away with it.
So we're going to shave your head. People are sometimes resistant to it, but I got the shaver.
I know, right?
I'm giving you a mohawk. And then there's laughter. And it's what starts out being the most difficult day turns into such a fun day because it just brings levity to the situation. So we fit them for wigs and other head coverings, but then then they have their mastectomy several months later, and then they need a breast prosthesis or a post-surgical bra, or they need a support group because we do have a whole vibrant community outside of the van. It starts in the van. And as you said, a lot of things happen in that van. So there's wigs, bras, prosthetics, scarves. I give scarf tying tutorials. I teach people how to fill in their brows and that sort of thing, and all those little touches that help people to feel more whole and more feminine and more like themselves during a very difficult time.
Yep.
We do that. We take fun photos. And people invite. So the other day I had like 7 people on the van. She was like, can my sister and my nieces come on the van too? And I'm like, yeah. She brought her dog on the van. I mean, we just had, a whole big party on the van. And it was fantastic. And I loved it. And then it's like, the daughter will say to me, my mom's really struggling. Is there anything else we could do to help her? And then I say, well, we have a support group. Why don't, we loop her into that? And so then she'll start coming to support group or to our weekly walks, and they become part of our community, and it's ongoing support. So it could start with a wig, but it becomes so much more and so much more powerful than just the stuff that I gift to people.
Right. Yeah. And we're going to emphasize the word gift because there's no charge.
There's no charge for anything.
Yeah. And all this is how the program and the donations go towards this, which is fabulous. So they can deal, because nobody knows anyone's situation financially.
Exactly.
And insurance, who knows?
Yeah, people are always shocked when I say, no, I don't need to process your insurance. If you want to get another wig with your insurance, go ahead and do that. But, what I give you, and it's not, a $2,000 wig that I'm giving to people. It's not custom done, but they're beautiful wigs. They're high quality wigs. And I make sure that people leave feeling good.
And not for nothing, fashionista yourself. I mean, look at you. You're going to make sure that they're glammed up because that's how you are.
If that's what they want. And there are some people that are good with rocking the bald head, and that's fine too.
Right.
Some people just want a cute baseball cap or a scarf or another kind of head covering, a sun hat, whatever. And that's fine too. Yeah. So, I get people's vibe, and we all have something in common. We may be very, very different people, but we're similar because we have this bond now of knowing what it's like to have breast cancer.
Yeah. And I love the fact that you go on trips.
Yes.
You have retreats.
Yes.
You do so talk about the group therapy, because, what people need to understand is that nobody is going to understand what you're going through unless they went through it. There's just no way.
Yeah, there isn't. And, families, friends, community, everybody has a tremendous amount of compassion. And people call me and say, what can I do for this person? And, there are lots of comforting gifts and things that you can do to help people. But until you sit down survivor to survivor and say, I understand what it's like to have your breast amputated.
Yeah.
Because people are like, oh, you're getting a boob job. No, you're not getting a boob job.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real about this. It's not just a boob job. I wish.
And then they could say, that's normal? Oh,
right.
Because we all think it's just us.
Right.
And you're making it's the thing.
Right.
That you're going through, and we all went through it too. So you're normal, girl.
Right. And, we talk about some of the tough stuff.
You talk about sex and not having boobs and how to deal with your husband.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's
how to date.
Yeah. Date. Yeah.
How to tell your kids,
Mm-hmm.
How to get undressed at the gym when people are like looking at you funny. And it's not to say that everybody looks mutilated, but
but you feel that they're looking at you, and they may be looking at the clock.
Yeah. Like nobody
cares. Really. They
but
don't.
You just feel different.
Yeah, of course you do.
Yeah.
With anything.
Yeah. And so that kind of support is not something that you can find anywhere else. I mean, you can find support groups in other places.
Sure.
I think Move Over Breast Cancer support groups are the best.
No, you guys, it's fun. And
and there's just such a vibrant group of women. So we always have new people showing up.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have people who have come for many, many, many months. And then, they kind of fall away, and that's fine because they've moved on, and that's fantastic. We kind of stay in touch, but they're not needing that actual support anymore. Some people keep coming back because they love giving back and being a person who can really talk to other women about what their experience was like. And to be honest, that's a part of your continued healing.
Yeah, it's true.
It's a safe and comfortable place to continue to talk about your cancer. Having cancer is an insane experience. It changes a lot in your life. But at some point, people don't want to, they forget. Right. And you don't want to be cancer all the time with your friends and family. Right. So it's a place where you can be cancer, and talk about it without being judged or looked at like, oh my God, she's so focused on that cancer. She had it 10 years ago. I mean, get over it, woman. But you're never really over it. No. It's never really over. There's no cure for cancer. When there is a cure that says, okay, it's done.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And that's another show.
Yeah. Exactly. So the support is really, really important.
So tell me, gosh, you've helped so many people. What was like a story that just you went, wow, I never even moved you the most?
Yeah. I mean, oh my gosh, there's so many. There's one woman in particular that I will never forget because it was her son who reached out to me, and he was young. I mean, I could tell from his voice, and he said he was calling on behalf of his mom who needed the things that you put in your bra.
Oh.
And that the doctor said that we should call, and that she didn't speak English. And I didn't want to really probe a lot because I felt this is so uncomfortable. First of all, so much for this kid.
Yeah.
That's
it's
a
his
lot.
Parent, his security.
Yes, it's a lot. Yeah. And he said, it's just my mom and I, and, she needs this or whatever. So I just got the address, I made the appointment, and I'd show up. And I knew that she didn't speak English. I couldn't get and I knew she only spoke Spanish, and I couldn't get a Spanish speaking volunteer, but I knew it didn't matter because we're speaking the universal language of boob. So
I love it.
So she comes on the van. She's looking sad. She's not happy at all. So we begin to, communicate without a common language, really. I mean, she probably understood just enough English. I understood just enough Spanish. But anyway, I fitted her with a beautiful bra and prosthetics. She had no breast reconstruction. And when I did that and she put her shirt back on, I took her over to the mirror. The woman changed. She just lit up. It was she was a different human being.
Oh, wow.
And I was so, touched by the fact that she felt so good about what I had done, which was nothing, was giving her a beautiful bra and breast prosthetics that made her look like a more feminine version of herself, who she was before. So and usually people come on the van and they're like, oh, this is so cool, whatever. But she wasn't even aware of her surrounding. I think it was so uncomfortable for her. But afterwards, she was smiling and she gave me this huge hug and she looked at me. She took my hands and said to me, now I can play games. And I was like, okay, I don't know what that means. I'm not going there, but good for you, whatever that means. So she left, all good, hugs all around. She gets off the van, the phone rings as I'm driving away, and it's her son again, who said, my mom wanted me to let you know how grateful she is. And I said, I know. I said, we hugged, she thanked me. He said, now she can come to my baseball games.
Oh.
And that's what she meant by now I can play
I
games.
know you're like taking it down a different road.
But it made me realize how much what I did for her, what Move Over Breast Cancer did for her, changed her whole family. It changed everything for this kid who now could get supported by his mom because she's not ashamed of the way she looks with the other parents, that she can go to his baseball games feeling good about herself and support this kid. And it probably meant a lot to him to have her come to the games. Yeah. So it's not just about giving people stuff. Stuff is great. It's about the experience and about what that means in the context of someone's life after cancer.
Wow, girl.
And it was very, very powerful for me because this young man put himself out there. He's a caretaker for his mother. That's heavy shit.
That is. That's really heavy. And at that age.
Yeah, he was probably, I want to say, 15.
Wow.
Yeah. And
that
so he's her mouthpiece. Yeah. He's, translating for her. He's conveying medical stuff. He's talking about breasts.
At 15.
At 15. But he saw the value at that young age.
Oh, he's going to make a good husband.
Yes, he's going to make a really good husband. He was such a dear kid. Yeah. I never saw him, but I spoke to him.
Okay. And
I knew that we had made a difference for this entire family because who knows in what other circumstances she now would feel comfortable because she has the prostheses.
Yeah. Well, if you think about what you did is amplified with every family that you touch because every child wants their family there to watch their games. That's right. It's part of what you do.
Right.
I went to bazillion baseball games and soccer games and you're there screaming. And the fact that your mom's not there, your person.
Right.
And apparently he didn't have a dad. If he did, whatever.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
It's a really big deal.
Life-changing.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. And I love
I chills everywhere.
and I love how she said, now I can play games, because
that was her translation.
That was her translation. And I wasn't able in that moment to decode it. But then when he said it to me, it was like a moment where I was like, wow. It clicked. Like, oh, she meant now I can go to the games or that my son can play his game and I can watch. It was really cool.
Yeah. So how can people learn more about you? Website?
Yep. We have a website. It's moveoverbreastcancer.org. Go to our website. You could learn about our different programs. If you want to contact us through the website, that's a great way to do so. Mm-hmm. You can follow us on Instagram at moveoverbreastcancer. I love it when people follow us.
I know.
Because you really can see
You're fun.
The stories. Yeah. And, there's some serious stuff on there, but there's also, it showcases some of the joyful moments that happen within the organization for the women and families.